All right, what's up, Worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flippin' Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. The car does not have a whole lot of room, but I am going to see my dad, which entails a little shopping. I haven't been to the stores over there in a little while, so unless there's just so much that I fill up the space here, I should be okay. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope sales are chiming off. I know for some of us, we're in summer slowdown. I hear other people are doing very well. I know I have woke up to sales today, and my expectations this year is not the norm necessarily for my business. For those that don't know, year over year, last year, I grew 400%. 400%, 4 times. So in that same spirit, I am expecting exponential growth that this year really is not happening. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Revenue overall is up about 20%, which is, that's awesome, guys. In all honesty, but it is through, not by hook or by crook, but pretty close. Like the adaptability of my business plan right now is very fluid. Case in point, I took the money, for those that don't know, I do reselling, I do address paintings. There are quite a few things on the horizon, but right now, between the e-commerce and the local services, starting with the address painting, that's where I'm at, along with some other side gigs that generate a decent amount of revenue, right? But bound by whatever, I'm not mentioning those names. Nevertheless, so I have had to be pretty fluid where that revenue comes from. The revenue is up about 20, a little over 20, about 25% year over year, which is phenomenal. However, it's not all coming from reselling this year, where the majority of it came from reselling last year. But I'll take it where I can get it. When they hand me paper money, it's still green, so that works. I have taken the profits, a good chunk of the profits from the address paintings over the last week or so that I've been doing them to upgrade that business. For those that don't know, I printed some signs out. Matter of fact, I got a sign stuck in the door. Are you kidding me? Those things cost money. It's not coming. It's stuck in there. Looks like I messed that one up. But anyway, I got apparently a sign stuck in the door. God, that hurts me. But anyways, to solicit, for the address paintings, which hit or miss is successful. It is hard to break into a neighborhood with that. But once I get into the neighborhood, it's like a domino effect. People see what I'm doing, and they're like, me next, me next. So, the work speaks for itself, but the signs are what gets me in the door, right? But nevertheless, I took a good portion of that money, the profits from that last week, and I bought a machine that will cut my custom stencils for me. I bought a Cricut Maker 3. I told a friend I got the new, which is the newest thing on the consumer market for them. As far as Cricut goes, I know there's some others that are more engaged in the, like light commercial, which I'm not. I might print a logo stencil, whether it be multi-layer or not. I may print one of those a day, so I don't need anything huge. I do believe, and I'll show you a little whatever here. So that thing is super cool. Maybe we'll actually get into showing you some of the stuff that it does. But for me, the main thing right now is cutting the stencils. There's actually a website that I found that breaks the stencil down into layers. And from there, right, I'll be able to cut them and then subsequently paint them, and it'll save me a lot of time. I used to spend hours cutting stencils, and it was a big investment. It cost me right at $350. Got it home last night. Started the unboxing. I was going to do a video, but in all honesty, I was tired, and like a kid in the candy store, I just wanted to get it. Christmas, like I wanted to open it. It should save me hours per stencil. Not only that, when stencils have a lifespan, right? The more times you use them, the more paint that gets on them, and then it distorts the image to the point of where it's no longer usable, right? At that point, the old way is I would have to cut another brand new stencil of the most, used items. Well, since the Cricut works like a printer, now I can just recall that design and print it over again. So, over a year's time, this thing will probably save me work weeks of time over the old way of me doing it. So definitely increases the profitability behind it. So I'm super stoked about that. But it did take several $100s out of this week's paycheck that came from the curves. So it is what it is. I do have some curves already, though, that are waiting on new stencils. And I just did not want to spend 3 and 4 hours a piece on them. So in all honesty, I probably already saved myself the better part of a day by going ahead and picking this thing up. It's a no-brainer now. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, when I was doing this, it was not, I didn't know about them, and I don't believe those earlier versions were able to do this. That being said, I do believe that this thing can make money in and of itself. I do believe there's things like car decals, vinyl decals, custom decals that this thing can make. I do believe there are quite a few ways ultimately that this thing can make products in a cost-effective basis that I can also sell. And if I depended on the revenue from the Cricut machine itself to sustain me, then I think it could quite possibly be a long time before I ever saw that. And if I ever got to that point, I would probably need a bigger, better, more professional machine. But for the moment, any extra revenue, whether I can add 1%, 5%, 10% to my total annual revenue, is a super, super win for something that takes up like this much space. And I'm exaggerating a little bit. The machine's about like that, but the supplies and everything take up some room. But still, very minimal footprint. So I am happy to have it. As time will tell, and as I get better with the machine, I should be able to manufacture and make things in a cost-effective basis to make some money. I'm excited about it, right? I'm excited for the amount of time and money it will save and generate for the curve business. I am excited to see what it will do on its own. Hopefully I can get some more curves and make some more money on this. I am still with the same 9 signs, maybe call it 10 now that I got one stuck in the door over there, but 10 signs in, and so far probably $2,000 worth of business. So that's good money. Especially, profit margin on that's about 90%, which is, it's all labor, but it's 90%. The other 10% is cost of goods, right? So, yeah. there we go. So there's the machine. There's the plan. One of these days, maybe I'll save some profit for me. But until then, I just keep buying stuff and making the businesses better. I do have some things on the immediate horizon. I'm talking about the next 3 to 6 months that I'm going to be rolling out. I do believe, as far as advertising for my local services, that I'm it makes me nervous, so it must be the right thing, right? Like, so I'll let you know about those in the upcoming videos, and then as they roll out, I'll be able to tell you more about that. But there's some marketing and advertising things that I'm fixing to get into for those, to kick them off and to drop them into hyperdrive, if you will, and see what kind of money is in this town, since not so much is coming from e-com at the moment. You know, I have twice the inventory roughly as I did last year, and sales overall are probably down 40%. You do the math, if I would have stayed the same size, they'd been down 80%. I'm not a mathematician, but I think so, and that's devastating to the initial business plan. However, I'm not desperate, so I don't have to give things away. Things are selling. They are selling for good money. They'll continue to do so. If I had 10 times the inventory that I do now, I'd be okay right now, even in this slump. So basically, in one way, shape, form, or another, that's the goal. As far as the e-com, is just more numbers in the top, so I get more numbers in the bottom. I've got to, focus and strengthen the pipeline, money flow for that revenue stream. I do have the storage space, so it's time to get bigger. Oh, I just got another job offer for another company. Give me just a second. Bye.